A great bird's eye view of the arena here in Houston, Texas. It's Western Conference time for the traveling Golden State Warriors today. We're live in Houston where the Rockets have home court advantage. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. A quick check now at the starting five for both teams. And one of the guys we'll be seeing in this one, James Harden.
You know, it's interesting, Kevin. It seems like there's two versions of it. There's the first 3 quarters of the game version and then the fourth quarter alter ego. You know, the game is locked up, it's tight, and all of a sudden you see his killer instinct come out, and he frequently just takes over.
And here's another thing about it. How often have we seen him hit 2 or 3 shots in quick succession, and then next thing you know, he's turned that into 8 or 9 in a row. He can heat it up and heat up very quickly.
Well, you look at the turnaround last season for Golden State. A lot of it has to do with the steadying presence of Jarrett Jack and Carl Landry off the bench. Both players brought a toughness and a level of competitiveness that was maybe missing from the Warriors the year before.
Tip-off goes to Houston. Outside, Lynn. Passes to Howard. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
My goodness, he sure can get off the ground.
One of the best in the business, for sure. You're right.
Such an imposing finisher around the rim. Intimidating to the defense, really.
Now, here's Curry. Fires the 3. Good on the shot. And for the Warriors, such an impressive turnaround last season, but financial constraints, you know, Clark, make it tricky for them, make it tricky for anybody to keep teams together.
Well said, but I give the ownership credit for making the commitments necessary to put themselves in a good position going forward, Kevin. After such an impressive postseason showing, I think they want to continue that momentum.
Here's Lynn. Iguodala with the block. It's Thompson off the drive, and there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his first foul.
That's a quick foul to pick up here in the opening quarter.
We've played just over a minute here in the first. Lynn gets a screen from Howard. Lynn the pass to Harden. Lets it go with a 3. It's rebounded by Golden State. Outside Curry feeds to Bogut. Now Lee inside. And Ashik sends it back. Wow! And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
You look at Harden's career, he was a gifted scorer at Arizona State, but with a slow start in his rookie season and playing with 2 of the best players in the league in Oklahoma City, people seem to forget that he's always been a player who can light it up.
And James Harden, the first ever draft pick by the Oklahoma City Thunder after the move from Seattle, certainly. To see him go so soon in his NBA career as he was reaching stardom had to be tough for fans, and we know Clark certainly for his team.
I agree wholeheartedly there, Kevin. And think of all the fans who wore fake beards on their faces, even buildings in OKC with beards adorning them. So Harden wasn't just a great player, his image was almost a mascot for the team as well.
Well, look at Steve, Clark. He's got the fake Harden beard on right now next to us. I mean, geez.
Beard the beard. That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Can't connect from short range.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Now, here's Thompson. Bogut kicks to Iguodala. Clock at 6. Thompson dishes to Lee. Hangs in the air, and he lays it up and in.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
Lynn the pass to Harden. Parsons outside. Pass to Howard. Harden against Iguodala. And Yes, sir, that one drops. Harden's got 5.
I'll tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
Well, that's the key to basketball. Get the ball inside, into the paint, either with a pass or with penetration.
Now, here's Thompson. And it's Golden State with another. Here is Harden. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, Mark Jackson and I spoke for just a couple of moments. He said he certainly followed the rise of Jeremy Lin into a prime-time guard in this league. And he told me we need to try to limit his penetration. That's where he's most effective, slashing and with the drive and kick. Guys, Lin has certainly been working to improve his outside shot. But sometimes you have to pick your poison, and they'll live with him shooting from outside. Back to you.
All right, Doris. For Houston, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. That's good.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
Now, here's Curry. The feed to Thompson. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
And it's the Rockets with the ball. Now, here is Harden. 8 points for him. Right wing. And it's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession.
Nice play to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
I tell you what, guys, if he gets there a fraction earlier, that's a steal.
Howard kicks to Harden. 6 to shoot. He feeds it to Ashik, and he gets it to go. Ashik's got his first 2 points.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball, just having their way down low.
Now here's Lee, and that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Ezeli's checked in for Golden State. Hey, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Rockets?
And the points they're getting in the lane will really help them open up the floor.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up.
Outside, Lin. Harden kicks to Lin. Iguodala with the block. It's Thompson off the drive. And the pass to Curry. Kicks it to Iguodala. Here's Lee. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Lee's got 7.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense has given him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
Howard setting the pick for Lin. Down low. Here's Ashik. No good. Good D by Lee.
Boy, it was an impressive turnaround for Mark Jackson and the Warriors last season. I mean, his promise of making the playoffs didn't come together in his first season at the controls, but in year 2, they got it done. And I tell you what, most thought Mark would be a really outstanding coach, and he's well on his way to making that a reality.
Here's Lin, following the basket by Stephen Curry. Lin dishes to Howard. Parsons passes to Lin. Will it go? No good. So Golden State will take it the other way. And for Mark Jackson, there had been some questions. He had never spent time as a coach, even as an assistant. And he just finished signing an extension through the 2014-15 season. You know, I guess the question was, Steve, would he be able to take over the reins as a head coach?
Well, the biggest thing you want to do as an NBA coach is have your players buy into what you're selling. And Mark Jackson's been able to do that. His players believe in him. He motivates them. They like playing for him. And that's most of the battle right there.
Iguodala with the steal. To the middle. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. The Warriors making a switch here. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Off the inbound pass, he takes it up and lays it in. Iguodala's got his second basket.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Yeah, they've been the aggressors, Clark, and getting the ball inside into that lane area has been huge for them.
Now here is Smith. 6 on the shot clock. Yes! And a nice assist from Lin.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
Oh, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
Here's Barnes. Hits it from three-point range. Barnes has got his first 3 points of the game.
And the story of this game in the early stages is just how well they've been shooting the ball.
Steve, their percentage from the floor is really impressive up to this point.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 8. Here's Smith. Steph Curry with the rebound.
Well defended, and he's not someone who responds well to that kind of defensive pressure.
And that one's good. Barnes.
Everybody on the floor is hot. Incredible stuff here in the early stages.
Tell you what, both teams playing downhill. Who's going to blink first?
Curry against Land. Kicks it out to Garcia. Here's Moniunas. He dishes it to Lin. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, the Rockets front office very influenced by advanced stats or sabermetrics, if you will. They revealed one thing that they think the league undervalues, and that's attack guards, ones who put pressure on the defense off the dribble. That's one more reason they pursued the slashing Jeremy Lin so strongly.
And that one falls for Lin. Back to Jeremy Lin, a great penetrator, very active, gets to the line. He's about as surprising a guy, Steve, as I can recall getting in the league and having putting a thumbprint on things.
Well, much more athletic than people give him credit for. Very explosive. He can get into the paint and really quick first step.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
You know, he might not have been able to improve on his numbers from the breakout Linsanity season, but Jeremy Lin last year proved that he's no flash in the pan. He's a starting caliber point guard in the NBA.
Now here's Douglas. Pass to Barnes. Off the left rim and out.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
And for Jeremy Lin, knee surgery going into last season. He wasn't 100% when the season started.
But we did see his scoring and shooting improve as the season wore on and as he got healthier.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's a physical game, and so far the numbers show that they've got the edge on the glass.
Now here's Douglas. The dish to Barnes. Jacks up a 3. They get it again. Wants to get it to Spades and does. Another shot, and the shot is good. Spades has got his first basket.
You know, they've been doing an excellent job, Kevin, on the offensive boards here, keeping the ball alive and then converting those second chances when they get them.
Dishes to Garcia. Back to Lin. He kicks to Beverly. No luck, and Golden State will go the other way with it. Barnes kicks to Curry. And stolen by Garcia. Left side, Garcia. 1:31 left to play in the first quarter. Misses the layup. Warriors leading by 8. Here's Speights. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Speights has got his second bucket. We've got 1:18 left in the first quarter. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
The foul called on Festus Ezeli. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, close, but I didn't think he got on balance quickly enough.
And it's hard to draw charges as quick as players are at this level. That's not an easy bit of work there.
Here's Beverly. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Lynn against Curry. Shot clock at 5. Smith's shot is good.
They'll take as many of those looks as they can get.
And here's Golden State. They're on a 19-7 run. Now here's Douglas. Defense right on him. Knocked away. It's Curry outside. Rebound by Garcia.
What a start they've gotten off to on the glass. I mean, they've come out banging.
And when a game starts off like this, there's an intimidation factor that comes into play.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And they call an illegal screen here.
Rare to find yourself in the lead when you're turning the ball over like they are.
Well, if they want to build on the lead, then they've got to take better care of the ball. It's that simple. I mean, they've got to do a better job with the basketball.
Andrew Bogut checked in for Ezeli. 24 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Beverly, defended by Douglas. One-on-one fast break. To the left side wing. The 3 from Barnes. Can't get it to go. Heaves it up. Can't get it to go. And we reached the end of the first quarter. The Warriors on top, ending the second quarter with an energy burst, a 19-7 run. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Warriors?
But great hustle defensively through 2 quarters of play, contesting everything, starting to rack up those block shots, guys.
They're crashing the offensive glass hard, too. I mean, they've dropped in several second-chance baskets.
Beverly and Harden man the backcourt. Parsons playing at power forward with Dwight Howard in the middle. And it's Garcia in at the 3 spot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically, no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Here's Beverly, defended by Douglas. Rejected by Douglas. It's Thompson off the drive. Lee with the ball. And it's Howard picking him up. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Now Klay Thompson making NBA money. I'll tell you what, he learned from his father, Michael Thompson, who played a long time in the NBA. And his dad taught him, hey, you better live on a monthly stipend. You got to save your money, son. So good advice from Pops.
That free throw good from Thompson. And, you know, to go back, there's the cliche of the athlete who doesn't save for retirement. It's got to be a good thing for Klay Thompson to have that restraint, I would think.
And what I like, Kevin, the focus for him is on basketball and getting better. No entourage, no shopping sprees. Everything is pretty low-key and close to the vest. I mean, he's a gym rat, wants to be a great player, not interested in glamour and celebrity. He wants the ball.
I like the fact he lives on a tight budget. And, you know, as Steve was talking about, he's got some pretty good genes, pretty good bloodlines, too.
DNA isn't bad at all with Michael being the dad.
And that one's good. Beverly.
Well, we've seen that more than a few times. An easy bucket in the lane.
Yeah, the interior defense simply has been lifeless.
Here's Douglas. Tries again. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, I think you got to foul them, and free throws are better than a layup.
The Warriors have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
Well, this was a very consistent free throw shooting team a year ago. They shot about 79%.
You know, Kevin, they would love to post a similar percentage again this season. I mean, I think that's safe to say they'd love to shoot free throws as well as they did a year ago. You know, the way he played last season and the strides he made in terms of defensive presence and the fact he's a consistent threat, we can start calling David Lee an elite power forward, in my opinion. The numbers are certainly there.
Andre Iguodala is checked in for Golden State. And both free throws good for Lee. And for David Lee, last season, the second All-Star appearance in his career, one with the New York Knicks, and last year as a Warrior. The first All-Star appearance for a Golden State Warrior, Steve, and hard to believe, in 16 years.
That's a long time, but it's been a pretty big dry spell for that franchise. But, you know, you talk about Lee, he led the league last year in double-doubles, had 56 of them during the season. So, you know, is he elite? I don't know if he's elite, but he's a borderline all-star, made it last year, but one of the top, let's say, 5-6 power forwards in the game.
Yeah, that's high praise.
Yeah.
And the first one at the line is good.
You know, the Rockets turned a lot of heads last season, guys, as they got back into the playoffs after missing out the year before. A big part of that was how they played at home. They were very tough to beat in Houston.
No good on the second free throw. And the Rockets, as you said, Clark, strong at home, and that can be seen in that record of 29-12. Just the kind of home record, Steve, you need to get into the playoffs.
And it was the way the Rockets played that was so impressive, Kevin. They attack the rim, and then they kick out and bomb a ton of threes. And I think that's the kind of attack, the kind of style that can really bring a friendly crowd and bring them to their feet. And I thought that the Houston fans got more and more animated as the season went on.
Warriors leading by 12. Douglas with it. Thompson outside. The rebound by Harden.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Parsons' shot is off.
Well, as far as jump shots go, that's as high percentage as it gets.
I'm not sure how that didn't go down.
You know, that putback's about as easy as it's going to get. You have to put a body on someone down there.
Well, no box out. That's the result you get right there.
Now here's Douglas. Here's Thompson. That's good. Thompson's got 12 in the game.
Virtually uncontested. It's nice to be able to add to the lead without really having to work for it.
Thompson against Harden. Good. He's got 10.
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll.
Thompson passes to Lee. Thompson against Harden. From downtown, it's rebounded by Houston. Beverly's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. They set the pick. Parsons, the open look. Shot is blocked. That cuts the lead to single digits. Here's Douglas. Passes it to Thompson. Lee in the posts. He's guarded by Howard. Lee, that's good. Rockets trail by 10. And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
Yeah, he definitely saw some things that were not working for them out there. And now he's going to make some adjustments.
I'm not sure what it was, but he clearly wanted something to change out there.
The Warriors making a switch here. Ezeli's checked in. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. It's Harden with the drive, feeds it to Howard, and he goes in for the tie.
You can always depend on him to put the pass right on the money.
Here's Douglas. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Mark Jackson had some words for his team over that break. He said they need to start attacking in the open court. He doesn't want to see them operating in a strictly half-court offense. He wants their tempo to become more of a weapon. The second thing he talked about was working hard to get their shooters open. He wants them looking for those gaps on the perimeter and letting it fly whenever they find them. Well, Coach not wasting any time in tweaking the game plan. We'll see if it makes a difference as we approach halftime, Kevin.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. That free throw from Lee is good.
You know, the Warriors made big strides last year, and part of it was a retooling of the team, but they also got a lot of help from the group of rookies that they had, and a number of those rookies played prominent roles down the stretch and in the playoffs.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Well, Clark, as you said, the Warriors did lean on their rookies as the season went on. 4 of them in all, with 3 coming in the draft and 1 walking on the roster. Big help, Steve, from them in the opening round of the playoffs.
You know, pretty remarkable that a team can do that well in the postseason, relying on so many rookies, but it speaks to their maturity, their character, the group they've put together, and it's very promising in terms of their long-term success.
Rockets trail by 9. Pass to Howard. Harden dishes to Howard. Iguodala against Parsons. Goes up the baseline. Just 4 to shoot. And here is Iguodala. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, Iguodala moved on from the 76ers to the Nuggets last year, now signs a free agent contract with the Warriors. It looks to be a really good fit. I mean, all that shooting around him, just with the way he can run and defend, should allow Iguodala to be the playmaker that really is his natural game.
That one is off. And Steve, you mentioned how tough Iguodala is in transition. Great ball handler for his size. And Clark, I know you love his athleticism.
Yeah, he's really a point forward offensively, but he can finish big, and he's always putting pressure on the defense when he's in attack mode. A good ball handler and passer. His outside shooting is up and down, but I'd love to have him on my squad.
He hits the second from the line. Rockets trail by 10. There's the feed to Parsons. The pass to Howard. Kicks it to Beverly. Pulls it from the elbow. Lee with the block, but they recover it. And here's Harden for 3.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
Well, the main thing is they haven't allowed many second chance opportunities, and that is always going to allow you to maintain your lead.
Here's Beverly, defended by Douglas, and Beverly kicks to Howard. He feeds it to Harden. Lets it fly, uses the glass that time, and it's good. Harden's got 12 points in the game.
His shooting has been so good today, he may have to take it upon himself to try to get his club out of this hole.
Now here's Douglas, covered by Beverly. And Iguodala with the basket, the assist by Douglas. That's 10 points for Andre Iguodala.
Well, it looks like he's finally found his footing in this game. His first quarter was a real struggle, but he's gotten it going now.
Harden's shot is good.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
Timeout called the Warriors.
You know, when you get an influx of talent through the draft like the Rockets did prior to last season, the initial reaction is excitement, but then you think about, man, how are we going to get these guys ready to play NBA basketball? And the Rockets did a nice job by taking it easy and bringing them along slowly.
The Warriors making a switch here. It's Thompson off the drive. And a miss there off the inbound. And for the Rockets, you look at how that strategy worked out for them, and it was exactly what they needed. Got off to a quick start last year, and You know, Steve, toward the end, their rookies were fresh and able to contribute when it mattered most.
You know, Kevin, it's hard for fans to see a player get drafted and not immediately see the floor, but a lot of times that's the best route. You know, you give a player time to adjust, you make him earn it, and by the end of the season, he can be a very effective player. I think plenty of the Rockets players proved that last season.
And that one falls for Lynn. Both free throws good from Lynn. Warriors leading by 9. Now Curry. He has 5. Down low. Here's Spates. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Spates has got 6 points. Rockets shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Lynn kicks to Harden. Into Smith. Ball stolen. Thompson against Smith. There's the dish to Spates. And another basket for Golden State.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Now here's Lynn. 7 points in the game. Smith with a screen on Thompson. Harden kicks to Lynn. Rocket 6. Pass to Smith. Can't get it to go. And Golden State will come the other way. Spates the pass to Curry. Here's Thompson, and there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Andrew Bogut checked in for Golden State. Rockets trail by 15. Outside, Lynn. He dishes it to Smith. Smith, left side. To the right side. Here's Moniunas. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Lynn's got 4 assists in the game. Warriors leading by 13. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And Andre Iguodala with the slam.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
Here's Lynn after the made shot from Andre Iguodala. I like that they're taking it inside and taking advantage of each opportunity, Clark, to chip away at the deficit.
Yeah, and doing it with the dunk is a major energizer, too. Gets the momentum going.
Yeah, and I think the interior defense, as good a job offensively as we saw. The defensive presence was almost non-existent. They may see this lead disappear if they continue to give up those easy points.
Now, here is Harden after the miss from Klay Thompson. Here's Garcia. Rebounded by Bogut.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle. And that's held true in this one so far, Steve.
And even if it's only a modest advantage that they have in that category, it's still a significant factor.
Now here's Curry. 5 points in the game. Thompson and the powerful one-handed slam. Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket.
Lynn against Curry. A nice shot by Lynn.
Shooting much better here in the second quarter.
Yeah, their offense has really come alive. Can they come back and even it up? That's the question.
It's Curry with the drive. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Curry's got 7 points.
and he will take the ball right into the teeth of the defense.
Lynn dishes to Smith.
Yeah, he is a powerhouse, guys, especially when it comes to attacking the rim.
Yeah, if you're in the way as he's going up for a slam, he might dunk you with the ball. That's how strong he is, and that's the kind of attitude he brings with that power.
It's his first trip to the line. The first one falls.
It's been a nice game for Smith. He has 9 points, and they've got to be happy with his work on the glass, too.
Oh, they have to be. I mean, he's not giving up any ground in the paint, and when the ball goes up, I mean, it's his.
And the Warriors making a change here. Barnes is checked in. That one is no good.
You know, it's very rare that you're going to be able to make the playoffs in the West without coming out with a winning record against the rest of the conference. And the Warriors knew that would be important in their quest for the playoffs, and they handled business against the West.
Lynn gets a screen from Smith. Lynn kicks to Smith. Dishes it to Harden. Lynn is shaking. As far as the defense goes, Mark, that is not what's going to keep them in this league.
Yeah, but from the other perspective, you can see just how much that dunk pumped those players up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree, guys. I sense a little bit of a momentum shift here.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. On a Eunice with the steal. 56 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Passes it to Harden. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Lynn's got 6 assists now in the game.
Well, his scoring this quarter has been off the charts. And the complexion of the game as a result may change.
Now here's Curry. He has 7. Iguodala the pass to Bogut. Back to Iguodala. Three-pointer. No good. And the Rockets take it the other way. Harden with it, and it's Iguodala picking him up. Harden kicks to Smith. Feeds to Lynn. Just 5 on the clock. And there's a whistle. That goes on Jeremy Lin. That is his first foul of the game.
Well, I love it. He gets there first, absorbs the contact. Nice play defensively.
No flop there. He took that one right in the chest.
And here comes Curry. Iguodala outside. Buries it from three-point range. Iguodala's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
And we've reached halftime in this one. The Warriors on top, up by 15. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Andre, what has been the underlying principle of how you and the team have taken the floor tonight?
Communication. Communication doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but in order for us to be a good team, everyone has to be on the same page, and we're doing it tonight.
Andre, thank you. Kevin, one of those intangibles you always look to.
Okay, Doris, thanks. And we'll have the start of the third quarter for you shortly, but first, the halftime show.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
NBA basketball on a Saturday night. Oh, the perfect weekend activity, family friendly, and a whole bunch of fun. Let's check out the action. The Golden State Warriors are ahead against Houston. Outstanding bench production. They've gotten a very nice lift, and that's made a huge difference for them on the scoreboard. Andre Iguodala with no problem scoring against Houston. What he's been able to do from the field has been nothing short of spectacular. Only a select few players in the league can shoot the ball like that. For the Rockets, they haven't had the same luck. They've been getting roundly outplayed up to this point, and they'll need a bounce-back effort to make up for it in the second half. James Harden has been locked in so far, shooting nearly 70% so far, a gaudy shooting percentage, the envy of everybody playing tonight. And now we send you back to Houston for the start of the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Well, he created a lot of opportunities for himself in the first couple of quarters. And tell you what, he was smart with his shot making, too. Really took good ones.
You know, points per shot attempted is really one of the undervalued stats in the game, and it's a real measurement of efficient scoring.
And Golden State looking at who they've got. On the wing, Thompson and Iguodala. It's Lee and Bogut inside, and it's Curry in at the 1. It's Harden with the drive. Here's Hasek, and they convert it last on attempt number 3. Hasek's got his second bucket of the game to go. Here's Curry. Another miss by Curry.
And it is very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
Lynn dishes to Hasek. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Now an appropriate time as we get a chance to look at the all-time list for assist average. Some Hall of Fame point guards for sure. Magic and Stockton, the Big O, Oscar Robertson.
Yeah, Chris Paul right up there. You know, it surprises me how few players have averaged near double-digit assists. It's just not something you take for granted.
Now, here's Thompson. He kicks to Lee. 6 to shoot. Low block shot, and it's good off the glass. Lee's got 14 points. Rockets trail by 17. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Harden kicks to Hasek. Howard, the pass to Hasek. Good D by Lee. Golden State's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on threes.
That's his 3rd personal foul. First team foul.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the 3rd, and the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. For Houston, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Harden outside. Pass to Hasek. Outside, Lynn takes a 3. And that's collected by Bogut. Bogut's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
Still a bit chilly from the field at the start of this 3rd quarter. 1 of 4 so far.
Outside Curry. The pass to Thompson. Lee, a screen on Harden. And Thompson kicks to Iguodala. 6 on the shot clock. In low to Bogut. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk. Clark, I'm guessing that wasn't the plan for the D on that trip.
And I'm agreeing with you there. Once they opened the lane up for him, that was a little emphasis on that finish.
Take what the defense gives you and then just power it home, right? Why not?
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Well, one thing I've always loved about Andre Iguodala is the fact that he's so unselfish. He's really probably best suited to play a point forward role where he's handling the ball quite a bit, either in transition or in the half court at the high post. He can use his size to pass over the top of people.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Mark Jackson was going over with his team. He said they need to start attacking in the open court. He doesn't want to see them operating in a strictly half-court offense. He wants their tempo to become more of a weapon. He also wanted them to know they should be working together to get their outside shooters. He said, you know what plays we have to run to get guys free. Now let's run them. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Rockets trail by 16. And you go back to Iguodala. Relatively judicious with his shot selection in Denver. Some have wanted him to even be more aggressive offensively.
You know, I think that's a bit misguided, Kevin. This is a guy who does everything and does it well. He's a team-first guy. He's got to stay true to who he is. And I think he does a really good job of doing that. He rebounds, he defends, he passes, he provides scoring. you can't just look at his point totals and evaluate his game.
He brings a lot to the game.
A lot to the table.
What do you call stat sheet stuffer?
Yes, sir. That's him.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
Well, you know, prior to last season, there were several teams that considered trading for James Harden. There was a question, though, over how much they were prepared to give up, and some question if he could be the first option on the team. That question's been answered.
It's Curry with the drive. Here's Lee, and the layup's good off the glass. Lee's got 4 points this quarter.
He's created some good opportunities for himself and made the most of them.
Lynn with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. Lynn dishes to Howard, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. In the season before last, Harden won 6th Man of the Year. But, guys, do you think that because Harden came off the bench in Oklahoma City that some underestimated his talent?
Well, I don't think anybody underestimated his talent. I think it was pretty apparent what he could do. But, you know, scouts have watched him ever since his Arizona State days. You can see he had star potential, and now he's getting the opportunity in Houston to fulfill that.
Now, here's Curry. 9 points in the game so far. Six to shoot. That's good. Curry's got 11. Rockets trail by 15. Harden outside. Parsons outside. Back to Harden. The feed to Howard. And he drops it in from the low post. Howard's got 7 points for the quarter.
Well, he's very strong inside, particularly as a finisher. So even if you give him a hard foul, hard contact, nothing seems to bother him. And this guy, as a result, is a good scorer.
Exactly. That's about the only way to stop him once he's making a run at the hoop. And something else that comes to mind with him is how many guys he's given the poster treatment to. I mean, flying high to power one down while the defender stands there looking for mercy.
Curry passes to Iguodala. And Curry, here we go. Iguodala kicks to Lee. Iguodala outside. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Thompson misses. Rockets trail by 16. Here's Lynn. Harden can't hit.
Tough D on the inside.
Put up a roadblock, a construction barrel right there. That's what he brings defensively.
On its way from Curry for 2, and the Warriors get it back. Azili dishes to Iguodala. Iguodala right side. Second chance shot. It's rebounded by Houston. Parsons got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Kicks it to Lynn. Parsons passes to Lynn. Back to Parsons. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Lynn's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Warriors leading by 14. Thompson outside. He feeds it to Curry. Launches it. And that one's good. Curry's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for the Warriors.
And those are not the kind of three-point opportunities you can give to shooters in the NBA. These guys are just too good.
You're exactly right. It'll burn you every time, just like it's burning them here.
Now a timeout called by Houston. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
He just continues to light them up. They're going to have to find a way to make him work harder for his point.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Kevin McHale coaching his team during that break. It's their perimeter defense that had him pretty wound up. He told his guys to be conscious of ball movement away from the hoop and be sure to always have their hands up when the shot is taken. Clearly, some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
And thanks for that story, Doris. Here's Howard. The Warriors pull it in. A nice shot by Lynn.
They are so productive in the low post right now. 8 straight points have come inside the paint.
That's bully ball they're playing there.
Here's the dish to Thompson. Three-pointer. Kept alive. Back to Curry. Pass to Thompson. He dishes it to Ezeli. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Festus Ezeli taken with the final pick of the first round in 2012. And he's a raw, athletic, 6'11" big man out of Nigeria by way of Vanderbilt University. Boy, I tell you what, I love his size. It's now all about improving his skill level. And with his work ethic, I think it's just a matter of time before that happens.
No good on that one. And Steve, for Ezeli, a good offensive rebounder, a capable defender, but offensively not much help.
Well, he can get better, no question. He just needs to be able to catch and finish off those pick and roll plays. He's never going to be a great shooter, but defensively and on the glass, that's where he really makes an impact.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Lee. And Tony Douglas is subbed in for Klay Thompson. He hits the second from the line. Rockets trail by 16. In low to Howard. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Howard's got 9 points in the quarter.
You know, they're being very one-dimensional right now, going to the post every time. But if it works, you don't need another dimension.
Well, they're taking this defense to task, quite honestly. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Shot denied. And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. Spates checked in for Tony Douglas. Now here's Barnes. He's got 6. Shot clock at 6. Iguodala against Garcia. They grab their own miss. Tries yet again. Here's Ezeli, covered by Smith. Ezeli gets the bucket. And the Warriors lead by 16.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And I'll tell you what, they've turned a lot of those rebounds into points at the other end.
Now here's Lin. He's got 13. Back to Smith. Yes! And a nice assist from Lin. And that's 11 points for Smith.
Well, give credit where credit is due. Terrific assist inside.
Here's Curry with the 3. That's good.
They're starting to give him a little too much space here in the second half. That's his 3rd three-pointer since the break.
Houston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Lin gets a screen from Moniunas. Smith sets the pick for Lin. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Lin's got 15 points.
They are owning the lane right now. Every one of their last 10 points has come either at or near the rim.
Great looks in tight because they're finding lanes to the hoop whenever they want them.
Ran his man straight into that screen to open the lane up for the hoop.
Rockets trail by 17. Lin gets a screen from Smith. Lin kicks to Garcia. And some nice passing there by Houston. Here's Beverly, guarded by Curry. From the line, here's Smith. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. He's got 13.
I don't know what's happening to their defense. I mean, they don't have any effort, any purpose.
And it's really costing them. I mean, the last 5 baskets at that end have been on very easy looks.
He's just been the man since the start of this quarter. And just a tremendous period of basketball for him.
Here's Lin. And Ezeli with the block. And the basket good. And that's 15 points for Smith.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
Here's Ezeli, and the Warriors tack on 2 more. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
Now we've seen them make that extra effort rotating from the weak side, closing out on their airspace, really sending shots back.
The number of second chance points they've gotten is also impressive. I mean, they've kept so many possessions alive with offensive rebounds.
Now a timeout called by Houston. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
He's been absolutely on fire from outside. They've got to get into his jersey, get up into him, force him to pass or drive.
Andrew Bogut checked in for Maurice Spates. .139 left in the third. Howard dishes to Lynn. He's looking for Howard and finds him. And the shot is good. Howard's got 11 points here in just the second half. Iguodala against Len. Fader on the way. Iguodala gets the bucket. Iguodala's got 19 points. Rockets trail by 17. Here's Beverly. 5 points in the game. That's good.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Now here's Curry. Curry gets the screen from Azila. Howard against Bogut. Lock at 6. Again, Golden State. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Outside, Lynn. Into Smith. Whoops, they pick off the pass. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And he gets the bucket. And that's now 21 points for Andre Iguodala.
Boy, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
Lynn against Iguodala. That's tipped, and as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball.
13 seconds on the shot clock. 13. Substitution number 12.
8 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. It's Harden with the drive. In low to Howard. With 2 seconds left, and he sinks the layup. Howard's got 13 points in just this quarter.
You know, when the size advantage is that pronounced, that's exactly what you should do offensively in this situation. Take it strong to the middle.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Warriors lead by 17. Don't go anywhere, folks.
Steady work at the free throw line. Just what we're used to seeing out of him.
It's Harden with the drive. Beverly dishes to Parsons. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Really good offensive execution. Nice pick, just couldn't get the shot to go.
Boy, you love to see that as a basketball purist. Guy setting a good screen and then getting the shot opportunity.
Difficult to explain that turnover. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did, but he really lost his place on the court.
And the Rockets making a change here. Lynn's checked in. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Dishes it to Ush. Blocked. Dives for it. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession. Warriors leading by 16. Outside Curry. Lee sets a screen for Curry. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Curry's got 4 this quarter.
You know, they've been able to depend on his offense all game long, guys. He's drained a lot of shots out here.
And between now and the horn, Steve, the ball should be in his hands as much as possible if they want to continue to build this lead.
Now, here is Harden.
No slowing him down. Just incredible numbers for Harden. He's got 21 points and 6 assists. A terrific offensive combination, setting up teammates and knocking down the deep ball.
Yeah, those things are related, Clark, because when you can knock down shots, now you draw the defense to you. Now you got passing lanes for your teammates.
He misses the free throw. Good on the second free throw. Warriors leading by 17. Thompson passes to Lee, and the shot is good.
Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
Yeah, that's 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed on good looks right at the rim.
Harden gets a screen from Lynn. Harden kicks to Lynn. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Timeout called the Warriors. Back to Curry. Launches a three, and another three for Golden State.
Well, we all know that Curry is a tremendous shooter, just like his father. Quick release, pinpoint accuracy, deep range. But what I like about Curry is his passing ability. Such a good playmaker and tremendous court vision.
And the thing I like, Steve, is Steph's not just a spot-up shooter. He can create his own shot off the dribble, and he makes tough shots on the move. And you know what else, Steve? Watching him run the pick and roll is like watching poetry in motion. I mean, this guy has that basic play down pat. He's unstoppable when he runs it.
And, you know, the rebounding edge here has been key because they're getting a lot of extra possessions offensively as a result.
Guys, you're absolutely right. It's made all the difference.
Now, here's Thompson. Three-pointer. Again, the miss by Thompson.
Well, remember, he made 2 3-pointers in the first half, but has not been able to get anything to fall here in the second.
Lynn the pass to Parsons. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. And it's 7 points for Chandler Parsons.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Now here's Lee. Stolen by Harden. And Asha kicks to Lynn. And another three for Houston.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but you know, the defense still needs to keep an eye on him.
Thompson outside. Lets it go with a three. Curry can't get it to go.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yep, I thought so too, Clark.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Thompson for the triple. Shot is off. So Houston will take it the other way. Harden with it. Picked up by Thompson. Lynn fires. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
Boy, they have been terrific from beyond the arc here in the second half. You look at the percentages. Good numbers.
Just what the pharmacist prescribed. Those three-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they keep it up.
Now, here's Thompson. Pocket 6. And Curry, here we go. With the floater, no luck. Good D by Harden. Rockets on offense. Good momentum, 8 straight points. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
Shooting for Houston, James Harden. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
You know, this is a common problem for them, their inability to consistently knock down their free throws.
And the Warriors with some changes. Ezeli comes in for Andrew Bogut. And it's Iguodala in for Barnes. Harden hits them both.
Well, the Warriors going to the playoffs last season for just the second time in 19 seasons, guys. Pretty incredible and remarkable, too. But it seems, as Mark Jackson said, that things be a-changing in the Bay Area, and for the better.
Thompson misses.
Terrific defense at the rim. They got right in his path.
You know, that's part of what great defenders do. They get not only in your path, but in your head a little bit, too.
Parsons' shot is off. And for the Warriors, a scrappy, hard-fought win over the Denver Nuggets in 6 games. They also, you know, Steve, gave the Spurs a lot of trouble in the second round.
They sure did. That series might have turned out a lot different if they hadn't collapsed in game 1. But the Warriors showed tremendous resilience in bouncing back and really making that series so competitive.
Here's Lynn, following the basket by Stephen Curry. Back to Lynn. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Well, he hasn't had much success shooting the ball, but it's not too late for him to get it turned around and start contributing. He had a whole lot of space to get that shot off.
Yeah, I don't think the defender did a good job there of getting over the top of the screen.
Now here's Lynn. Pulls up. Another miss by Houston. Warriors leading by 18. Lee, a screen on Howard. Curry with him. Now guarded by Parsons. Curry against Parsons. Iguodala dishes to Thompson. From outside the arc. And it's Thompson again missing.
Well, most games he can knock it down from deep, but it just isn't there for him in this one.
A nice shot by Lynn. Golden State's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Now, here's Thompson. Curry gets the screen from his heel. It's Curry. That time on the assist by Thompson. And that's 36 points for Steph Curry. Rockets trail by 19. Timeout called the Rockets.
The Warriors chose to wait until the final year of Curry's rookie deal to extend his contract, but it turned out to be a bargain. Coming off an injury, there were a lot of concerns about Curry, but he turned into a superstar, particularly in the playoffs, and now the Warriors have him locked up for 4 years.
And the Warriors making a change here. Bogut's checked in. Howard, the pass to Harden. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. And the Curry contract, Clark, I mean, eye-opening. 4 years, $44 million.
Yeah, to us it may be a little odd in terms of hearing those numbers combined with the word bargain. But you better believe the way he's playing and helping to lead this team, it's a good investment for Golden State.
Here is Harden after the made shot from Klay Thompson. It's Harden with the drive. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Harden's got 28.
Really tough to get that shot off with the size differential there. It's not an individual matchup he's going to win every time, especially in the post.
Very well done. I didn't think he had any business operating down there with the big fellas.
Curry kicks to Iguodala.
Well, it's a wrap, fellas. No way you come back in this one.
Not anymore. Any chance of that happening went out the window a while ago.
Rockets trail by 21. And here's Parsons. Now the pass to Howard. Lynn sets the pick for Howard. Shot clock at 5. The shot no good. Nice D from Bogut.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just total obliteration. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Warriors.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
Yep, it's always a factor in wins like this, and what an incredible game out of nowhere it was for Steph Curry. Every time he shot it seemed like it was just going to drop in, and nobody was surprised.
Here's Curry. After the made shot from Ashik, he used that pick to get in close. Curry's got 38 points.
All the buckets he's poured in today have put them in a terrific position heading into the stretch.
The feed to Harden. Howard setting the pick for Harden. Here's Ashik. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Now here's Curry. Kicks it to Thompson. In low to Bogut. And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. Some changes for Golden State. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Garcia. He feeds it to Casper. There's the dish to Beverly. Now Garcia shoots. And Moniunas the basket on the assist from Garcia. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. How much to be critical of with this win, Clark?
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play, they showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, thank you. I'm with Klay Thompson. You were able to really help out your team on the offensive end. What enabled such a big night of productivity for you?
You know, I'm just used to the pace of the game by now, and my teammates do a good job of finding me when I'm open, so all credit goes to them. I just catch and fire when I'm open.
Thank you, Klay. We so appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. And, folks, that about concludes our broadcast tonight. For Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching as we leave you with our Jordan Player of the Game, Steph Curry.